The federal judge recommends that Nelly be reimbursed legal fees stemming from a $50 million copyright lawsuit. It centers around unpaid royalties, form an alleged secret agreement between Nelly and Ali Jones, a former St. Lunatic band member. The judge did not specify the amount of money. Attorneys for Nelly and Jones have until the 24th to file objections, after which the case could be closed for good.
So there. Good morning. This is Morning Sky. I'm your host, Sky. I told you it's few and far between, but I will try to find the hip hop stories, a video, a link to news that's fair use, not anybody else's channel that would have to get permission. It'll probably take 3 hours, maybe a few days. I don't know how long the process takes, but it will be beyond the scope of the daily show that I'm producing. So I tried to give you that clip. It was only 29 seconds, but it was just enough. Yeah, so Nelly is winning. Nelly is on a winning streak. He got Ashanti, he got the girl, he got the money, he's got his own racing team. He's setting, to walk off into the country grammar sunset on his on a horseback. Like Django or something, into the night. That was Django. It was into the nightlight. But yeah, Nelly is winning. I'm not mad at Nelly. Nelly was one of my favorite rappers coming up. I had my shirt off and, and I was doing country grammar. I was going around the house. So, I'll never forget. I'm going down, baby. You're still in the rain. Boom, boom, baby. And of course, he had a string of hits: "Hot in Her," "Shake Your Tail Feather," uh, "Drop Down and Get Your Eagle On." Just a whole list of hits. My favorite, I think, one of my favorite Nelly, his guest appearances was on Jagged Edge's "Where the Party At." That was like really good, rhyming and bars. I think Jagged Edge brought it out of the rappers. They with Rev Run had a great guest spot on their song was "Let's Get Married" on the remix. So that's an aside. But just I try my best to find hip hop news that's fair use. It's very difficult because it's they try to just push it out of the way. Still, it's 2025, and there's these huge stories in hip hop. Only when somebody dies, like they're talking about D'Angelo. I talked about D'Angelo yesterday, so I don't want to get too far into him. So rockin' power to D'Angelo, but it's very few and far between to find adequate clips on the internet. Instead of just being clear and very readily available. It's still difficult. I have my hip hop news sites already. They're in the bag. They're already set up, but they're not all they're not aligned all the time. Hip Hop DX is in line with all hip hop. All hip hop's in line with hot new hip hop. So I think Nelly he's one of the best rappers. I don't care what KRS-One says. Nelly is a great rapper. He's not like what KRS-One would like. Probably he's not into social anything like that. But he does have songs I think that did touch on political matters and stuff like that. But I don't know his oeuvre. I just want to say the word oeuvre. But I don't know his body of work. That's what that means. I don't know his whole body of work. I know, up to about 5.0. This is as far as I go for his work. Sweatsuit. I'm trying to think of the other ones, but Of course, Pimp Juice. Pimp Juice, of course, is a landmark album, landmark song. Uh, he has a string of hits. He has Money in the Bank, Got the Girl. I mean, that's beautiful. That's what every, I guess, straight man, including myself, aspires to get. Get the money, get the girl, you're set. I mean, that's it. That's the movies. That's the. Did he get the money? Okay, cool. Did he get the girl? Yeah, he did. All right, great. What a great ending. It's not even over yet. His life is still going. I don't even think he's 50 years old yet. I think he's still in his 40s. Let me make sure. How old is Nelly? Oh, he is 50. He's 50 years old. He'll be 51 in November 2nd. So he is 50. Good thing I checked. He's 50 years old. Ashanti's 45. Grammy Award winning artist who has won 9 Billboard Music Awards. Cornell Irel Haynes Jr., better known by his stage name Nelly, is a rapper, singer, and actor. He grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and embarked on his musical career in 1993 as a member of the Midwest hip-hop group St. Lunatics. And they're hating asses, trying to get money, sad and broke. Oh, we're not getting, well, then get a pistol and feed your family. That's from Mr. Choice Star Terrain, He's not literally saying get a pistol and feed your family, but he's saying get on your grind. Like Cameron said, and if you can't get money in the earth this big, you worthless, kid. Like, that's just a fact. There's too much money on the floor. Way too much money on the floor. You got to go grab it. You have to go at it. Nobody's going to pick it up and hand it to you. That's a fact. So, just to make that clear. With the Lunatics, it's sad, but it's true. I mean, the judge sided with Nelly. He wasn't, playing any games. He's not trying to say, oh well, Nelly was, exploiting these young men and taking their royalties and their residuals and everything. No, Nelly did his due diligence, made sure he paid the right people, paid them. I'm sure they got good checks, probably 6 figures, if not 7 figures. Probably got good money. Now they want to come down and tear down his legacy. Who does that? I mean, really, who is the one to do that? These miscreants, these little has-beens or never was really. I don't think Murphy Lee's in it. I checked that earlier. Let me make 100% sure. I don't know where I found this story. I'm trying to find it now. Let me see. All right, so I'm not finding it. Loud and D'Angelo tributes going on, respectfully, and of course, he deserves it. But that's life, isn't it? Let me see who it was. It was St. Lunatics, comprised of Tori Harper, Robert Kaijuan, and Lavelle Webb. I didn't say anything about Murphy Lee, unless Murphy Lee is not his real name. I don't know. But they quickly withdrew and said they did not authorize the lawsuit. Jones continued alone but moved to voluntarily dismiss the case in April 2025, according to federal court records. Lawsuit alleged that Jones and other Lunatics members contributed to songwriting on Country Grammar, while Nelly's contributions were primarily as a performer. The album spent 5 weeks on #1 on the it should be at #1 I guess. I don't know. On Billboard 200 and helped launch Nelly's solo career. The lawsuit alleged as a result that Nelly owed Ali a share of royalties. Nelly's attorneys argued that Jones's claims were time-barred, preempted, or otherwise frivolous, and a federal magistrate judge in New York found allegations without merit, according to an October 10th federal court filing. It also states Jones's attorneys continued to advocate for baseless claims after the lawsuit was amended. Despite Jones' voluntary dismissal, Nelly's lawyers sought sanctions against his counsel. The judgment recommended that Precious Felder Gates, Jones's primary attorney, paid Nelly's legal fees incurred from this lawsuit. Additionally, Gail Melanie Watson, a New York-based local counsel, was ordered to pay a $100,000 fine. The judge did not specify a dollar amount for Gates' sanctions. The final total must still be approved by a district judge. Attorneys for Nelly and Jones have until October 24th to file objections, after which the case could be closed for good. And I hope it does get closed for good. Nelly's a good dude. He's a good dude. He has he had the youth. He has like that energy. He has an energy. He's 50 years old, but he seems like he's still like 22 for some reason. He has an energy about him and a way of, he looks still young. He looks young still in the face, and he looks fit. So, the ladies love that, and the guys do too, I guess. Not I, but he's winning, and that's beautiful. That's a wonderful thing to have. I'm not hating on him. I'm not even hating on the St. Lunatics that hard. I'm kind of hating on him because it's like, that's such a classic. Oh, well, we wrote the songs and you were supposed to just perform them, and you misled us. We weren't sure what was happening. Well, you should have read the fine print. That's the problem. People need to get lawyers. People need to see what's going on. This is like the Social Network. You gotta see exactly what's in the lowercase letters and the size 7 font. That's what you have to do. That's the price that you have to pay. I mean, Nelly's coming out of this smelling like roses, probably. I'm sure. I think that the whole case will be tossed. Since the judge already sided with Nelly, it's probably going to be even easier for him to navigate through all the legalese and all the ideas that go into having been a lunatic, but now is no longer. Let me see here. Is there anybody else? I have one news clip. Hell, this is from Today's Show. I'm gonna play this.
Back with 2 Grammy winners who owned the early 2000s. Who can forget Nelly's hits like Country Grammar and As You're Listening To, Hot in Here, and of course, we loved Ashanti's Foolish and Only You.
These two dated for a decade after meeting backstage at the Grammys in 2003 when Nelly asked for her autograph.
Why does he look? What's that facial expression? Like, what are you doing, man?
Guys, here's the thing. After a 10-year breakup, they're now married and welcomed a baby in 2024.
Oh, it gets even better because now the couple is chronicling their journey in their new Peacock reality show. Nelly and Ashanti, We Belong Together. They're here to tell us all about it. Welcome.
Morning.
It's such a great story. To Kaylee's point, starts 20 years ago. You date for a while, then you break up. And we have the moment when the reuniting sort of began. I think we've got video of the two of you on stage together. This was during the pandemic. You were performing back in 2021.
The rub.
Is that a rub?
Talk about the rub.
You see the rub right there? Watch the rub. Oh, watch the
my
rub.
God. It wasn't a tap.
Don't talk about the rub.
It wasn't a hey, buddy.
What was going through your mind, Ashanti, when you saw him on stage?
I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, oh my God, is he coming over here? Is he walking? Okay, what do I do? Do I talk? Do I not talk? Do I say something? Do I walk away? What do I do? And I don't know. It just happened.
She just rubbed.
And you knew when she rubbed your back.
Hey.
You're like, I'm back here.
I
mean, did you think though, even after the rub, did you think this is how it was going to end up?
No, I think it was just more or less just having that positive energy of being like, yo, you know, because we hadn't seen each other or talked to each other in a while, and we were there to help two good friends of ours celebrate, you know, their journey through music and everything. So, you know, you never want that negative energy. Definitely not to interfere with any of what we had going on while we were there in the first place. So it was cool. You know, I didn't know how it was gonna go.
Yeah. It could have got ugly, but it luckily it didn't. And now we get a glimpse into, you know, not only this love story, but also just being newlyweds, having a baby. I mean, there's a lot to juggle there. So how do you manage all of that with the cameras around and everything?
It's a lot, you know, but it's real life. And that's the thing with us. You know, we are really in real life managing our lives together, our child, our careers, traveling, the cameras, getting those moments. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real life in real time. And I mean, you know, we got Mama Jo over there, so she keeps a camera. So we were used to that. We were used to that anyway. You know what I mean? So now we just get to show the rest of the world. And it's dope, man. I think they get a great look at reality in real time and what we do.
Yeah.
Well, and Nelly, for you, you had 4 kids before the new one. Brought in 2 after your sister passed away. An incredible thing for you to do. But what is it like to go back to being a father to a newborn?
Well, listen, I told her before we had this, I said, now listen, I'm here. I said, but chasing toddlers at 50 is... You know, I say,
chase them at any age.
Yeah, as many as you want, but as many nannies as we can afford.
Okay, I see you, Son to Son 90. I see you, sir. What comments where? And let's not go with that rumor. We're not talking about rumors. No rumors, no gossip. I only stand on business and entertainment. We're not going to go to the SW rumors. We're not going to go there. She was on everybody island except Epstein's island. Let me know if you see me. Yeah, you got to put your comments. I don't know where did you put your comments. I saw somebody else's comments, Nighthawk or something. I can't remember his name, but Night Owl or something like that. Yeah. And you get a chance sometimes. I will read all your comments and respond to as much as possible. But this is a clip from a few months ago, actually. So it's like hip hop has come a long way, but it's going to be very short clips. It's going to be in, unless somebody died. That's when they get excited when somebody dies in hip hop or R&B or soul music. That's when everything, the outpouring of grief and everybody, they had to talk with people on the street and see what they thought about their music and everything like that. But I'm glad that at least this was recorded on the Today Show a few months ago. So I'm gonna continue.
It's hard enough to get to
Yeah, pay for a professional chaser.
Oh man!
I mean, speaking to how you were able to afford all these nannies, you the two of you own the early aughts. You couldn't turn on just song after song. Is there a chance? And I know you've been teasing some new music.
Yes.
Is there a chance at some point we get what we all know we need? Is like some sort of joint track album?
Collaboration.
I think.
Wait a minute. I can tell when someone's about to lie.
Oh no!
I think you guys have already done something together, and we haven't seen or heard it yet. Don't
We
lie.
have some vibes.
Yeah, we got some vibes.
We got some vibes.
Have you recorded a track?
We got some vibes.
Have you recorded
We
a
got
track?
some vibes.
You've recorded a track. What's
Watch
the name of the track?
Peacock and
Yeah.
find out more.
Yeah, I think that's more or less the
I
truth.
will save you, and let's talk about the new single,
Okay.
"Spin the Block." It's coming. It's going to get released in a few days, right?
Yeah. Definitely something that we're taking part in. I want to thank everybody that went out and supported the first Heartland project. I don't call it a country album. I call it country influenced. And we're running out part 2 now before we get into what he was talking about. But
There we go.
yeah, I think it's just a song to commemorate exactly what me and my beautiful wife here has been able to do so far.
Yeah.
Everything about the story, I love it. So I hope folks check out the Peacock series. Congratulations on all the things. I look forward to seeing the new video and hearing the new album that you two are going to put out at some point here in the near future. Meanwhile, their new show, Nelly and Ashanti, We Belong Together, it premieres this Thursday, June 26th on Peacock. Look at those headshots. Peacock, of course, from our parent company, NBC Universal.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC.
Okay, so Nelly should really get the credit before Beyonce for having a idea about country music. He had country grammar, that was rapping, but he sang mainly on Tim McGraw and his song Over and Over Again. Or Over and Over. And that was a big hit. It was in the top 50, top 96. Let me see. Certifications went platinum. Come on now. Let's not fool each other. This is actually country music. This is country rap, but he's not really rapping. I mean, he's slightly rapping, but it's more like sing-songy. And he helped to usher in that idea of sing-song raps and hip hop. Sir Rick James says Al Roker lost some weight fat. Ladies and gentlemen, smoke up your Angelo packs. Hip hop dies with the death of the late great Angelo. He was a genius and much more genius from Nelly fact. Salute to you. I was waiting for you, Rick James. I was gonna say smoke your packs. I say smoke your D'Angelo packs. Yesterday you missed the show. Son says, could him or her make a hit in today's climate? I think they could. It would be a lot like retro. It would be a lot like 30s and 40-year-olds jamming to it. Like, 19 and under might not really feel it as much unless it's like a super hit. Son of the Sun says black culture is the only culture that tells people to hang it up when they get a certain age in hip hop. Exactly. You speak facts, sir. Rock and roll, the Beatles, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney. They're still doing music. They're still touring. They're still writing books. They're still in the culture. The Rolling Stones are still touring. They're doing numbers. They're selling out arenas. The Who are still touring. These are legends. These are huge names. How many rap names can you say are still touring and making huge amounts of money? Is KRS-One still touring? Is Public Enemy still touring? Is MC Hammer, is he trying to find his traction again? Where are our legends? We only hear about them when they die or they get caught, they have an illness or get shot. Won't lie, I cried when I heard D'Angelo died. Well, you don't have to lie. Ain't nothing wrong with crying. I'm seeing Paul McCartney in 2 weeks in Nashville. Oh, that's cool, Rick James. That's what's up. That's cool. But hey, where is I'm trying to think of somebody, where are Bone Thugs and Harmony? Where are if you want to go to R&B, where's Escape? Where's TLC? I mean TC pretty much. Rockin' Power to Left Eye. I'm just thinking, 702 SWV. Where are all these acts? Where are they? Why are they pushed aside? Why are they pushed to the side? Why are they not regarded as highly as these other acts? These white acts playing black music. Let's get that straight. A lot of people say, oh, that's white people music. No, that's black people music. Rock and roll, rock music is black people music. White people are just borrowing it. And they've been borrowing it, and it's pretty much dead. It was dead I say around 2005, it pretty much died. There's no, new rock groups. Like I remember coming up, there was Green Day, there was White Stripes, there was System of a Down, there was Blink 182, there was Radiohead. There's a lot of rock bands that were like blowing up in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Then they had new metal with Linkin Park, and that was popping for a while. Emmitt's the Great White Hope. Yes, he is. He's definitely a legend. I always put my NBA analogy. He's Larry Bird of the hip hop world. Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and a few. This is Son to Son 90. Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and a few others created rock and roll. Absolutely. Rosetta Tharpe, Little Richard, Chuck Berry. It took me to the goddamn Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, in the summertime of 2019 for me to learn about Rosetta Tharpe. Why was she not covered in the music exploration class that I took in high school, which I got an A in, which was few and far between for me. I usually got C's and D's and a few F's, but but that shouldn't have been. I should have. I'm blaming black people, white people. I'm blaming everybody. I should have known about Rosetta Tharpe. I always tell my mom, why aren't there a lot of black women bands? The only black woman band, I don't remember their name. That's how bad this is. It's coming up to my mind. Let me see if I can find it. But Beyonce's band, she has a band of all females and mostly black. I think that if they're not all black. I'm looking for it right now. Sugar Mama. Sugar Mama. They got goddamn. Goddamn. They got like 12 different people. It's crazy. Bibby McGill. Bibby McGill is a guitar player. She's 60 years old. This is crazy. She's a black female guitar player of Sugar Mama's fame. The only black woman band I can remember is the one Prince created. Yeah, well, I think that was it was either the Revolution or the New Power Generation. I can't remember. I'm not a scholar as much as I am with hip hop, but Toure, my favorite writer that's alive, favorite fiction writer that's alive, he had made it certain that he would chart Prince's output. And I always get confused with the Revolution and the New Power Generation. So you have to forgive me. Sir, are you excited for the Rush reunion? Yes, I am. I really want to go, but it seems like there's a roadblock. I would buy tickets just to buy tickets, just to support, even if I can't go. If I can't go, I just buy tickets, but I just have to support them. Because they revolutionized my life, because Mr. Choice Terrain introduced me to Rush. I don't think I ever listened to a Rush song before listening to Star and Buck Wild in the Morning. It changed my life. The song Spirit of Radio is my favorite Rush song. Next would probably be Trees, and then the other one would probably be Free Will. Then another one would be Bread Barchetta. Then another one would be Tom Sawyer. Another one would be Manhattan Project. And another one would be Big Money. I could go on and on and on. I'm really good. But no, Neil, no, it's near Peart. The late, great Neil Peart. You put some respect on his name, Sir Rick James. They got a female drummer. She's pretty crazy. I seen her in action. They talked about her. They're really happy and really satisfied with her. Not just satisfied, but really enjoy her drumming. She has a virtuoso kind of way of banging the cymbals, I guess you can say. Rick James, will you be offering? Okay, they're talking to each other. I'm not in that conversation. But let me prepare some videos that might be today is October 15th. It's the last day of Spic Heritage Month, so I'm gonna try to do my best. Let me see what I can do. This is from 2 years ago. Hold on.
El Chapo.
Hold on.
Was locked up for life at the Supermax prison in Colorado. And in a letter from behind bars, the billionaire drug lord seems irked about the lack of freedom being afforded to him by the Bureau of Prisons. El Chapo somehow survived this ferocious firefight that preceded his arrest 7 years ago. He was under indictment for drug trafficking at the time in Chicago, but ended up extradited to New York and prosecuted in Brooklyn, where he also faced federal charges. Tonight, the kingpin trafficker serves a life sentence here at Supermax Prison in Florence, Colorado. The 66-year-old born Joaquin Guzman is in isolation with limited privileges, and in this handwritten letter, he's not happy about the conditions of his daily life. The 3.5-page letter penned in March, recently translated and posted in English in his court file, asked for some procedural courtesies in his case, even though it's long over. And El Chapo complains that the conditions here are inhuman. He writes that he's been in for a year and have only been authorized 9 telephone calls to my attorney. Chapo states that this is highly discriminatory. The letter from Chapo addressed to this man, the New York federal judge who heard his case, Chicago native Brian Cogan. U.S. District Judge Cogan received his BA degree from University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana in 1975. In this letter to Judge Cogan, El Chapo sounds a sorrowful postscript, stating that his letter was delayed because it's been more than 1 month since I've been able to get a stamp. I hope that something is deposited in my commissary so that I can submit my letter. Although seeming to be puzzled by the filing altogether, Judge Cogan gave El Chapo until early August when he promises to rule on the drug lord's request for immediate release. El Chapo once told investigators he had killed 2,000 to 3,000 people, whether an underestimate or not. Authorities say the Iron Fist leader of the Sinaloa cartel has had thousands more people die worldwide from his products. I would not expect to see El Chapo strolling down State Street anytime.
Watch breaking news.
El Chapo. I saved the best for last, or the worst for last, actually. It's about the fact that he killed so many people. I don't care how many drugs he sold. He made billions of dollars off of the sale of narcotics that flooded the streets of the United States of America. I don't care about that. I care about the bodies. That's the reason why he's locked up, because of the bodies, I think. I mean, let me make sure about the exact reason why he's locked up. Let me make sure. I'm going to try to find his name, his actual name. That's his nickname. Joaquin Guzman. It's said that he's believed to be responsible for the deaths of over 34,000 people. Here are the convictions: engaging in a continuing criminal enterprise, conspiracy to manufacture and distribute cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, and marijuana, conspiracy to import cocaine, conspiracy to distribute cocaine, distribution of, conspiracy and distribution, using a firearm in furtherance of drug crimes, conspiracy to commit money laundering, criminal penalty, life imprisonment without the possibility of parole plus 30 years, must forfeit assets worth more than $12.6 billion. His reward in the United States was $3.8 million. Excuse me, in Mexico was United States dollars, $3.8 million. In the United States was $5 million. Capture status. Here we go. This is the nuts and bolts. This is the nitty gritty. First capture, June 9th, 1993. Second capture, February 22nd, 2014. Third capture, January 8th, 2016. And they put him in the ADX Florence, or near Florence, Colorado. This is where Bomber's Row is. This is where other inmates are. His fellow inmates include, hold on, Timothy McVeigh, who died, Ramzi Youssef. Timothy McVeigh was involved in the Oklahoma City bombing. Ramzi Youssef was the planner of the 1993 World Trade Center bombing and the bombing of Philippine Airlines Flight 434. And Ted Kaczynski was also known as the Unabomber. He died not too long ago. So those are his fellow inmates. And he's having a hard time, as he should. He should be, jail should suck. I'm glad it sucks for Diddy. That's the whole point. You're in prison. It's going to suck. That's the whole point. Like, that is good. That's good news. If he said, I'm lounging, my commissary's full, I'm feeling myself, I got my ramen noodles and my Oreos, then it would have been some kind of a problem. We wouldn't be able to really look into how much, it's changed for him. So on this Spic Heritage Month final day, I bring you El Chapo, Luis Guzman. Son of Sun 90 says, Rush is okay, but they're not messing with the Rolling Stones. Well, it's kind of, I love the Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones are the truth. And I see what you're saying. I can see, even in rankings, it wouldn't even be close. Like, Rolling Stones is probably like number 2, number 3 best rock bands of all time. Rush will probably be like 12 into the 20s or something like that, just because of their output, is so vast. They have like 30 albums, if I'm not mistaken. I might be embellishing or not giving enough credit because they may have more. But Rolling Stone has a good catalog too. They have a great catalog. But I like Rush because of their lyricism, because of Neil Peart's lyricism, the late great Neil Peart. The lyrics, the musicianship. Alex Lifeson is one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Neil Peart was once probably the greatest drummer in rock history. And Geddy Lee, he's probably one of the greatest vocalists and bass guitar players of all time. Sun 90 says, Rush has a good band, but the lead vocalist doesn't do it for me. You're not feeling Geddy Lee? You're not feeling Geddy Lee? Geddy Lee has one of the best vocals, I think, of all time. Everybody's like saying, like he's screaming. But like, that's the point. And I don't understand. He must take ginseng tea and honey and lemon. I don't know how he gets those vocals without blowing out a vocal cord. I don't know what he does. The band is next level with its production. Absolutely. The production is just insane. It's just so crisp and so clean, and it just follows you and just haunts you and entrances you. It's so great. So great. Except when they had the rap version, they started rapping. It was just fun. They weren't, taking it seriously, but it was one of the worst moments for Rush. But I still liked it. Like, even I would take the song. What is it? Roll the Bones, I think is the name of the song. Roll the Bones. Oh, on your JBL, okay. JBL, I have to rank JBL and Power Beats. I have to see what the difference is. I used to have JBL, full headphones that go over your head. I had JBL headphones like that, but I haven't had the earpiece, the earbuds, the power buds. Geddy Lee is a pretty attractive man. Well, that's not, okay. That's cool if you think so. I'm not going to judge the man's, facial features like that, but, that's cool if you think so, Rick James. Nothing wrong with that. JBL trash, all bass. A lot of people say that about Power Beats. A lot of people say that about the Beats. Oh, it's all bass. It's all bass. I can't understand any of the words they're having, but I haven't experienced that. I think that the words, and the not just the percussion comes through, and it's not distorted. I haven't had any problem with the actual product. I've had problems with it pairing when I don't want it to pair. That's the only problem I had. But getting back to Luis Guzman, responsible for all this stuff. I don't care about the cocaine trafficking, the methamphetamine, the heroin trafficking. I want to try Sonos and then return it. Yeah, I want to go back to Bose. I used Bose for like a good while, like from the 2010s to like early 2020s. I used Bose. And what's the other one? Bang & Wolfson or something like that? There's another one. And Olufsen. Bang & Olufsen has, really superior sounding high-end headphones and home audio and speakers. But I'm getting distracted. We have to talk about El Chapo. El Chapo is the guy. Is that guy? He's alive. He's alive. He'll never get out of prison unless he gets out of prison for the 4th time. He evaded people for the 4th time. He was responsible for the tunnels underneath. He made his way from the tunnels. I don't think he's getting out of Florence, though. Florence is pretty strong. Florence is a supermax prison, I believe. Yeah, they call it Florence Supermax. This is a maximum security prison. Maximum security prison. High security, as it's called in the federal prison system. The Alcatraz of the Rockies. Nobody. I don't think, how many people have escaped from this prison? Let me see. Florence houses male inmates in the federal prison system deemed the most dangerous and in need of the tightest control, including prisoners who escape would pose a serious threat to national security. The 4-inch by 4-foot windows are designed to prevent inmates from knowing their specific location within the complex. Jesus Christ. They can see only the sky and roof through them, so it is virtually impossible to plan an escape. The prison as a whole contains a multitude of motion detectors, cameras, and 1,400 remote-controlled steel doors. Officers in the prison's control center monitor inmates 24 hours a day and can activate a panic button, which immediately closes every door in this facility should an escape attempt to be suspected. So El Chapo ain't worried about nothing. He ain't worried about escaping nothing at Florence Supermax. He's not even concerned himself. He's not even trying to be like Shawshank Redemption. He ain't trying to do no Rita Hayworth poster. I hope I'm not spoiling that for anybody. He ain't worried about, using a little tool, to, a tiny little pickaxe to get his way out of prison and go through the sewer system and into the rain. That's not gonna happen for El Chapo. This is his final resting place, most likely. And good for him because he killed people. I don't think that's a legend anymore. I think he was convicted. He was convicted of murder. Like I said, I don't care about the drug charges. I care about the murders. And 34,000 people is pretty high. 34,000 people? It's pretty high. So, but he wasn't convicted on murder. He was not convicted on murder. That's the sick thing. Engaging in a continual criminal enterprise. Well, what the hell does that mean? And the rest is conspiracy and distribution of narcotics and using a firearm in the furtherance of drug crimes. Nowhere does it say he got convicted for murder. It's only hearsay, apparently. It is believed that he's responsible for the deaths of over 34,000 people. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. You ever seen that clip from the it's kind of like Faces of Death, but they were like videos. They were like videos underground. Anybody remember those? They had videos of people getting killed. Like one of them had this one where like this woman got hit by a train. They got one where this guy got shot in his chest. He was like, "Ay, ay." Those videos was crazy. You can get them at your barber shop. You can get them at the swap meet. You can get them at the flea markets, I think. But those videos were wild. That's like going back 20 years when I first watched those. And they were similar to Faces of Death, but Faces of Death has like 40% that's not real. But yeah, so with El Chapo, El Crapo, well, I can't remember what does El Chapo stand for? Looking it up right now. All right, we'll have to look it up in a different way. The meaning of El Chapo is same for shorty, so he was only 5'6". He is only 5'6". So anyone considering going into the drug trade, think twice. Excuse me. Think twice. This is where it lands you in Supermax in Florence, Colorado, where it's designed where these people cannot get out. And he's having a hard time. He's not enjoying his life in prison. Should have thought about that a long time ago. Should have thought that before he even considered, going into the scene of drugs. I'm for drugs, but not now. For now, I'm for the DEA. I'm for agents, going in and stopping the drug trade. But I'm for narcotics and scheduled drugs to be legalized completely. We wouldn't have El Chapos. We would have Bill Gates. We would have Mark Zuckerbergs. We have Spiegels. We would have Bloombergs. They would be billionaires off of legal drugs. Black and brown people getting money legally. And not just marijuana. Marijuana's cute. Oh, marijuana. I'm getting high. And everybody says, oh, cocaine. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, heroin. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The hard stuff. I can't abide by that. No. Methamphetamine, no. Oh, fentanyl, no. I can't. PCP, no. All of it. Every single drug on the planet legalized. And that goes to the FDA too. They need to stop barring scientists and engineers from creating life-saving and life-sustaining products that could further the lifespan of patients who are in pain or suffering or want to be rid from an ailment or a malady. That's the facts. That's the facts. And on this Spic Heritage Day, this last day of Spic Heritage Month, I have to, extend my hand to El Chapo for representing the Spics who tried to make it. I'm not trying to diminish his involvement in the trade and in alleged deaths of people, but all I'm saying is I saw his vision. I see their vision. Just like Jay-Z, just like Jeezy, just like Clips, just like Jada, the Locks, Griselda, all these different, black performers that sold crack on the streets, sold cocaine, sold hash, sold weed. that's where it gets to the point where you have to say, enough is enough. Legalize it. Legalize all of it. And then that's the thing with marijuana. Marijuana is not even legal at all across the country. It's not federally recognized as legal. It's up to the states. For what? There's no earthly reason. They have to subscribe to the God theory. They have to subscribe to the social theory. They have to subscribe to all these different things that don't make any sense, that don't matter and don't match anything, and don't add up to anything. But El Chapo is the current one. There's tons of rap songs representing El Chapo, talking about El Chapo. We digging tunnels up under you. That's what Hova said. We digging tunnels up under you. Well, El Chapo did that at least once, maybe twice. And on the third time, maybe. But he won't be doing it again. Not at Florence Supermax. And he said the living conditions are inhuman, as they should be. They should just be to the closest point of being inhumane, like completely inhumane. Just to the tip. Just to the little bit of saying that this is completely and understandably inhumane. The conditions should be horrible. You deserve that. You've earned it. You've earned your place in one of the worst places in the world to be, a Supermax prison. You've earned that. And that's the sad part too, because I'm sure there are some drug dealers also in the Supermax. And they get life sentences. And our administration right now is pressing for a death penalty for drug dealers. A death penalty. A death penalty. A death penalty for selling drugs. The irony of that. The irony. Selling something that people want. Selling something that people may even need. I mean, that's the thing too. Once we get to a point where drugs are legalized, they're going to come with, privatized warning labels. They're going to come with privatized, facts. I don't know if it's nutrition facts, but, it's going to come with facts saying this could kill you. This is poison. This is not something that you want to take. And then they'll say, I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to do this my way. This is my life. So El Chapo, he really he ran the street, and now he's in a cell block, and he can't get out. He rose up through the 80s. The DEA was doing groundwork in Mexico. A DEA agent named Enrique Camarena Salazar was working as an informant and grew close to many top drug barons, including Felix Gallardo. This is all. There was a conflict with the cartel in Tijuana. He had the drug empire. He became the 10th richest man in Mexico and 1,104th person in the world with a net worth of roughly $1 billion. And he's behind bars. I still want to know, if I'm missing anybody, are there billionaires not dead or in jail who have sustained their billions and they're reformed with an asterisk, I guess, from selling narcotics? the only person I can think of is Jay-Z, Mr. Corey Carter. That's the only person I can think of. Can't think of anybody else. I don't think there is anybody else. He sold keys upon key of cocaine. Sold in the streets. Got the Lexus bubble. He had chains. He had 560 State Street. He was winning. And he escaped. He never went to jail. He never went to prison. You listen to the 99 Problem song where he was allegedly stopped by police. And they said, get out of here. Get out of here. End of the day. They said, I'll get out of here. But El Chapo, Kingpin, now king of the pen. Now in a cage and locked up like an animal, as he should be. You work and play as an animal, you shall lay as an animal. This is the truth behind everything that these people go through. They have to recognize that their actions have consequences. And like I've said before, I'll say it over and over again. I'm for legalization of every single drug. Period. That's it. Not just marijuana. Everybody's so enamored by marijuana. I got the gummies. I got the pills. I'm vaping marijuana. Ha ha ha. It's so cute. It's so funny. But nobody's saying, yeah, I just did a bump of coke this morning. Feel a little better. I'm all right. like Denzel in Flight. He took a bump of that coke. He was revived. He's like, oh yeah, we're ready to go now. Don't know what happened. Hold on. I don't know if you are seeing me. This is weird. When streaming to a profile, viewer comments won't show up unless the streamer is public on Facebook. By default, it's friends only. Okay, so what can I do with that? They're going for a little while. I don't know where they're going now. But Spic Heritage Month for the Spics. This is all for the Spics. This is everything from El Chapo is their Lord and Savior right now. He is the last, of the cocaine, connoisseurs or tastemakers and the methamphetamine and the heroin, impresarios, moguls. So he has to be recognized as a spic who took his life and ruined it, completely just disrupted it, which is so sad because the deaths have to come because of the turf wars and the cartels and all these different things and cutting off people's heads and putting on pikes and stuff like that. Or is it Spike? I think it's a Spike. Spikes. Spike. Head going Spike. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. But hey, I would like to thank Rick James and Son of the Sun 90. I appreciate your company. Thank you for coming in. Certainly do appreciate it. This is the last of the drug lords that I discussed, among Pablo Escobar, Lord of the Skies, and of course today El Chapo, among others. And I just hope it resonates and can continue to say that all drugs need to be legalized worldwide. Thank you very much. Take care.